Well, listeners, as you all know, we've been checking out some of the shows that are coming up at this year's Melbourne International Comedy Festival, and the next show that we're going to be taking a look at is called The Bride. So to tell us a little bit about The Bride, we're going to talk to the star and creator of The Bride right now, Nadia Collins. Welcome to the program, Nadia.
Thank you. Hello.
So,
Good to be here.
Nadia, tell us a little bit about The Bride and how this show has come about.
Okay, it's a show that I've made that's a clowny physical comedy about a bride who wakes up on her wedding day as a cockroach, as you do sometimes. The chaos that ensues after that. I came up with the idea, I guess, just because I've always really loved Kafka's Metamorphosis, and I think the whole Metamorphosis theme is kind of intriguing, and I just woke up with the idea one night really and was like, maybe I'll make a show about that.
Yeah, so where did your interest in the art of clowning come from? Was that something that you've been doing for a large number of years?
I'd say so. I guess I got into stand-up comedy and comedy through improv was like my first love, I suppose. And through improv, I guess I discovered that I really enjoyed physical comedy, and I found that I really liked doing kind of silent scenes on stage, and that whole clowning around with other improvisers. I guess it bled very much into my stand-up and into my comedy. And then I think I saw a clown show, as lots of other people did, people like Phil Berger's Dr. Brown, about 7 or 8 years ago, and then I was like, that's what I want to do. That's, the sort of comedy that I've been trying to make without knowing that that's what I've been trying to make. And so from there, it was just like trying to learn more about it, trying to figure out how to do it and what it was, and how to get better at it. I guess, I went to Collier, which is a clown school in France that a lot of people have gone to who do this sort of thing, and just kept getting into it more and more.
That's a pretty big step to go to France to study it. What was that like, going to France to study at such a prestigious school like that?
It was fun, but also it's very intense. Philippe Collier, who's a teacher, has kind of a reputation for being very, I guess, critical. You could say it's kind of he provokes you, or he tries to break down your ego. So he'll tell you, how bad you are, and like insult you, and kind of tell you the worst things that he can tell you about yourself. And so it's like it can be very challenging and soul destroying, and you can go into a bit of a crisis. And I think it makes you funnier for sure, but it's emotionally challenging.
Yeah, bringing it back to the story of The Bride, tell us a little bit about how you go about rehearsing, but also knowing how to act like a cockroach on stage, because that must be something that you've had to do a fair bit of research into.
Rehearsing for a solo show is so hard and not fun. So I try as much as I can to work with other people. So I'll get friends that I think are good at comedy, like I'll get other comedians that I respect, and I'll just work with them for a day, and then I'll go away and try and rehearse on my own. It is super hard to be disciplined working by yourself in a space when it's a clown show that relies so much on the audience. I do spend a lot of time researching cockroaches and watching videos of cockroaches, and I think in the end a lot I realized that the clown and the fun comes from not exactly moving like a cockroach, just kind of being like I guess the spirit of a cockroach inside of a cockroach costume.
Yeah. So the show did so well in Western Australia. It's had a sold-out season and it won Best WA Comedy. Does that put more pressure on you a little bit, bringing it to Melbourne when it did do so well in Western Australia, or does that actually calm the nerves a little bit about performing it in front of a Melbourne audience?
I think it calms the nerves, but at the same time, it makes me feel wary of kind of resting on my laurels, because I feel like even though, yeah, it did really well, I don't want to. I know that it needs work. I know that it needs to be improved before I get to Melbourne or as I go throughout the season. Like, I never want to stop making something better. And the worst way that you can go into a season, I feel like, or into any show, is feeling like, oh yeah, I've got this in the back pocket. Like, this is going to be a breeze, or this is a good show. This is a funny show. I feel like you should always be a little bit wary and a little bit scared that everything could go badly.
Yeah. Have you had to rework it a little bit to come to Melbourne, or were you pretty much happy with what happened in Western Australia? Because you got such great reviews. So were you personally happy with the show?
I mean, I was happy with it, but I always feel like I want to make things better. So there's like areas that I'd like to improve it, and just like little tweaks that I'd like to try and make here and there, because something can feel good, but you can sense that it could improve. So I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of not a perfectionist, but I like keeping on working things and tweaking.
Yeah. So we hear so much about Adelaide Fringe and about the Melbourne festivals. Tell us a little bit about the Perth art scene and festivals like Perth Fringe World.
Okay. Perth has a really good comedy scene, and the Perth Fringe Festival is good, and it's really big. I feel like it probably was at its sort of biggest a couple of years ago, but it's a nice festival to be part of, especially when it's your home festival. I think Perth audiences are really happy to have that in their city once a year, because acts don't always come over to Perth because it's a bit further away. I do think that local Perth comedians there's like a really thriving stand-up comedy scene here, and it's a really lovely community. But there's not as many clowns like maybe there are in Melbourne and Sydney, like for example Cam Then, Josh Grants, and it's nice. It's nice to be around people like that during the festival when they come over. So that's really exciting for someone like me who's into alternative, clowny, physical comedy, to be able to chat with people who are also into it. It's quite fun.
Definitely. Now, talking about the top comedians, the Western Australian likened The Bride to some of the early Will Ferrell sketches from Saturday Night Live. How did that make you feel? Because that's very, very big praise.
Well, you know what I mean. It is definitely nice to get those sorts of compliments, but I guess you don't want to believe too much of your own press.
Yeah.
It's lovely when you get a really nice review. It can be sometimes hard to buy into it, and I guess I get scared of buying into a really lovely review.
Yeah.
So I just try and be like, oh yeah, that's nice, thank you. But maybe I'm always waiting for the one that's like, this is terrible. Get off stage.
Now, for all our listeners out there, if you want to go and check out The Bride and make up your own mind about what you think of the show, you can head along to see it from Monday the 23rd of March to Wednesday the 1st of April at 7 p.m. each night at the Butterfly Club in Little Collins Street in Melbourne. And you can grab your tickets right now at thebutterflyclub.com. Nadia, is there anything that you would like to say to our Melbourne audience out there before they head along to check out The Bride?
Look, if you enjoy audience participation, then please come along.
I was going to ask that, actually. What kind of audience participation is there? Because I know a lot of Melbourne audiences get very, very nervous when they hear that term, audience participation.
Yes, they do. There is heavy audience participation, but it's if anyone has seen any of my past shows, they would know that I try and be really kind to the audience, and I don't make them do anything that will make them feel uncomfortable or anything that's embarrassing or humiliating. It's kind but heavy audience participation.
Awesome. So there you go, listeners. Head along and check out The Bride from Monday the 23rd of March to Wednesday the 1st of April, 7 p.m. each night at the Butterfly Club, just off Little Collins Street. And the bookings and tickets can be done right now at thebutterflyclub.com. Nadia, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we can't wait to check out The Bride.
Thanks for having me.